slowly.
Hey guys, Agents here, and I'm bringing you another commentary, and today it is August 5th, 2011, and basically, as the title says, I'm going to be talking about my Warped Tour experience and how that went. I'm going to talk about from the time I arrived until it ends, and I will play some sample clips during each time I talk about a band, because basically during the middle I'm just going to talk about which bands I went to right after another, and yeah, I'm going to play sample clips, so basically it's like you were there, except it's not the songs, it's not gonna be the songs that they played or whatever. It's just the songs that I think best suits their personalities, maybe, or just the best songs that I like, basically. But before we get started with that, this was an older gameplay. I didn't feel like recording today, so I just went into my video file and found some older gameplay, and this gameplay is actually pretty good. I go on a spaz rampage, and I think I get some clips that I will be using on my next montage. And if you guys didn't know already, I am currently in the process of making a montage called Revelations, and hopefully when I get a couple more clips I can make a trailer. Then I'll keep on recording until I get that montage done, which will be edited by someone else. And on another note, I have joined Tada, if you haven't known, but the name has changed from Tada to GR, which stands for Get Real. We do have a YouTube. It is called We Are Get Real, and if you guys would subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. Help us out, and hopefully we'll get started with some videos soon, basically. But moving away from all that, I'm going to talk about Warped Tour and my experiences, and honestly, it was probably one of the best concerts I've ever been to. It was really fun. The only downside was that it was really hot, but the weather did change, but I'll talk about that later. So basically, I left my house around 9:45 to go pick up some friends. Picked up 4 friends, and right after that we arrived at the basically where it was going to be held, which was West Fairgrounds in Iowa, and we went there, and there was a huge line. Like, we arrived probably like 10:40, and the line was really long, like probably, I'm gonna say, a mile long, just like stretching out and curving and stuff. So we were kind of worried. We were like, how long is it gonna take to actually get in there? But eventually they cut the line into 2, so it was pretty short. Basically they're just 2 separate lines, and the ticket, the process of getting the tickets from basically the viewers or the people that went to the concert was pretty fast, and we got in right away. But once we arrived, we were just walking around, and the bands that we wanted to see, the first one didn't start until 1:20, so basically that was the time we went and looked around for merch. And if you don't know what merch stands for, it stands for merchandise. But I did get 2 wristbands, one from We Came as Romans. It says "We are nothing without brotherhood," and that's just sang from their song. And another one is from Attack Attack, and it says "Who are you fighting for?" But I got 2 bracelets. I got a We Came as Romans shirt and a Day to Remember shirt also. And I will post a couple pictures, just one of each item I got. Probably 3 pictures, so you could see like what the bracelet foil looks like, but I will be posting some pictures at the end so you guys can see what they look like. And this concert, this Warped Tour was mostly screamo and hardcore music, so that's why the shirts look the way they do, if you guys are confused or something. But guys who do like that type of music and the attire, you will understand. But when we arrived, like I said, we were waiting for about an hour for the first band to start. And the first band we went to go see was Abandon All Ships. But before I play a sample clip from that band, that's when I got the merch, like I said. And we're just walking around. I think we got food before we went to go see them, so that was pretty nice. We got everything there was expensive, so I brought a good chunk of money with me to get some stuff. But after we got our food and everything, we walked over to the first venue. This wasn't the main stage. There's about 6 venues, and we went to go see Abandon All Ships, and they actually sounded pretty good live. And their singer was, I'm not gonna lie, he kind of looked like Pauly D from Jersey Shore. I don't watch that show, but I know what he looks like, and he looked like him. But he was kind of like I'm not gonna say, he's probably doing that just for fun, but he was acting a little douchey. But I didn't mind it, and their music sounded pretty good live, so I am playing a sample clip from them right now. But after they were done, I think we went to the main stage to go see what was happening, and after they were done, we went to the main stage, like I said, and the next band was August Burns Red, and they actually sounded pretty good live. I was sitting on a hill, so it was kind of at an angle, so it wasn't really the best sound, but I sit on the hill a couple times. For all the other venues I'm actually on, like, I'm standing up close to the stage, but their sound, I mean, I didn't really hear the singer a lot. I don't know if their mic was quieter than the instruments, but the instruments sounded pretty good live. But it wasn't, like, honestly, probably Abandon All Ships, and I Set My Friends on Fire, and what's another band? Drugs, and We Came as Romans. Those guys probably sounded the best live. But after we saw August Burns Red, we didn't go anywhere. I think we were just staying there. I think we went to go get some more merch and stuff. We're just walking around. But after that, Attack was up, I think, and I saw a little bit of them. I didn't really hear their intro, but I heard a couple songs from them because I went to go do other stuff with my friends. But when I went back to the main stage where my other friends were, Attack was playing, and honestly, they sounded pretty good live, I thought. They sounded really good, and since they lost their singer, the singer now, he sings and screams, so he sounded really good, honestly, I think. And it was probably up there with the other bands I listed that sounded good, but after Attack, it was getting close to be the end, like they were finishing up, so we just waited there, and Asking Alexandria, I think we went to I Set My Friends on Fire next. Yeah, we went to I Set My Friends on Fire after Attack, and they sounded really good live, I thought. I don't really listen to them as much as some of my other friends, but the stuff I heard was really good, like really clean. Everything was basically even sound-wise, so they sounded really good, and I kind of like their music now. I didn't really like it before because I didn't really listen to it, but it's mostly screaming, and it's pretty enjoyable. But after I Set My Friends on Fire, I think was Asking Alexandria, and I mean, they sounded pretty good, but it wasn't, like, there's a lot of show involved. Like, the singer wasn't really, like, singing a lot. He was mostly, basically, he was, like, interacting with the audience, and I mean, that's fine on his part, but there wasn't a lot of singing. It was just him talking and stuff. But the drums from Asking Alexandria, that sounded pretty brutal, basically, and it was pretty awesome. But after Asking Alexandria was done, I think we went to go see Miss May I for a little bit, but I didn't really stay for that long. I mean, I'll play a clip right now just so you could hear a little bit of them, but it's not going to be that long. Miss May I, honestly, I'm not trying to bash on them or anything, but they do not sound good live whatsoever. I mean, I don't know what they do for their CDs and stuff, but their studio editions for their songs sound so much better than live versions. So maybe there's a lot of editing involved, but Miss May I wasn't the best, and it's kind of sad because I kind of like that band. But moving away from that, I think after Miss May I wasn't there for that long. We went back to the main stage, and A Day to Remember was next, and I was pretty excited for them. Those were one of the bands that I wanted to see from the start, and like I said, I did get some merch from them, so I'll show that later. But when they were playing, like, I kind of noticed that their singer's mic wasn't really loud, so you could barely hear him. I don't know if I can't tell you if he was good or not, but because I couldn't hear him, they weren't the best, like, live, I guess. And since I couldn't hear them, I didn't really know. The instruments sounded pretty good, and they are still one of my favorite bands, and they sounded good other than the singing part, like I said. But a couple of my friends stayed there to finish up because they're really into A Day to Remember, so they wanted to watch the whole thing. But me and two of my other friends went to Of Mice and Men, and Of Mice and Men sounded pretty awesome. I mean, like, they were just, like, I don't know, like, everything was perfect. Like, it sounded almost like the studio edition, basically, for their songs, and they were just like, I'm sorry if I'm saying like a lot, but there's a singer, like, was interacting with the crowd. He, like, did crowd surfing, and he did all this other stuff. He was in the crowd, just, like, hanging out with people while still singing. And I think he gave the mic to a fan, and he started singing, and it sounded pretty good. It was just really, like, brutal and awesome. There's a lot of moshing going on and stuff. It was just a good time. But after Of Mice and Men, I think we went back to the main stage. No, we didn't go back to the main stage. After Of Mice and Men, we went to go see Drugs. And honestly, that was the first time I've ever, like, really listened to Drugs. Haven't really listened to them prior. But after listening to them today, they actually sound pretty good. They were one of the better live performers, I thought. Like, it was pretty clean, well organized and stuff, and the sound was just amazing. And I kind of like their music now. I haven't really, like, actually listened to it prior, but now that I have, it's pretty good, and it's just, like, I don't know, just good, like I said. But after Drugs, we went to the last band performing of that day, which is one of my favorite bands out there right now, which is We Came as Romans, and I was really excited for that. We went there, they sounded really good live, which was amazing for me. Like, I didn't know they would sound that good. The only issue, which I wouldn't consider an issue, was that Kyle Pavone, if you don't know who that is, it's their main singer. He didn't really, like, have auto-tune, so it didn't sound like studio edition, but he was a good singer and it sounded really good. But that's it. I mean, after that, we went to my dad's car, he drove us home, and that was basically it. So that was the end of Warped Tour. It lasted all day from 8 in the morning to around 9 at night. Then we drove home. I came back around 10, like I said. And that was basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. I'm sorry that I didn't record today, but hopefully I'll get some newer gameplay tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.